i noi tātai. Tēnei au, ko te o kai rei tapu wai, ko te o kai ruku, ko te o kai rangi, ko te o kai au, tipuna tāne nui ārangi. I pikiti ai ki ngā rangi tū aha ki te tihi o manono. I roko i ngā tūra, ko i o matua kore anake. I rua i ngā kite o te wānanga, ko te kite tuauri, ko te kite tuatea, ko te kite arunui. Ka tiri ia, ka pōpō wā, kia pōpatu anuku. Ka puta teira tamata ki te whai ia, ki te mārama. E rongo whakairia ki kairunga kia teina, uie, tai ki e. Ka mihi kia tātai, kua uhui mai tēnei pō, kua tai mai mo tēnei pō whakahira. E mihi tuatahi tēnei ki tō tātai nei matuananga nei ngā mea katoa. Tō mātou nei whenua ki waho, tēnā koe, tō mātou nei whare, tēnā koe a tēnā koutou katoa. Ka mihi kia tātou, kua tai mai raru i te maru, te aroha, mo tēnei arā te huritau, no reira nau mai, hara mai, piki mai, rātau kua tai mai, mai wāhi, ki te rā wāhi, mai atu, taha o te ao, nau mai, hara mai, piki mai, ki tēnei wāhi, e mai mahana mai i a mātou, tēnei te karanga, tēnei te mihi kia tātou katoa, tēnā tātou. Ko wai tēnei, ko marunui tōku ingoa, he whānau tēnei ki tō tātou nei tino tāhua, tō tātou nei wāhi ne tino tāhua rā, ko Sonia tēnā. Nā, i whakatūwhera wēnei mea whakahirahira, wēnei wāhi eriwa, kua mauria mai a rātou katoa, mai tērā kōkona, kia tai te tū, pakaria i roto i tō tātou nei ao. Ina ka tai te neke haere, ina ka tai te noho, ina ka tai te whai wira, kia hara mai, kia tai mai, nā te karanga. Nā no, i tuku mai te karanga ki etahi, kia tātai katoa hoki. Etahi o mātou, i whiwhi te karanga rua rā kua pahure, rā kua tai mai. No reira, koinei tōnā reo, ina kai te karanga me tai mai. Me tai mai, he wā whakahirahira tēnei. No reira, ko tāku hei whakatūwhera, ko tāku hei mauria mai, ko tāku hei tīmatai te pō nei, kia mohi wai tātou iaha kōrero, ka huri ai ki te reo tuarua. Ai mua i taku tinihanga, ka himene, ka tahi, ka huri i taku reo. Just so everybody knows, my name is Marinui. My job is to come here, open up our night, and the way that we do it, as we've started, is karakia. I'm going to sing a little bit of a waiata, and then I'm going to explain everything that I've just said, so everyone feels like it's a bit clear, isn't it? No reira, this is our hymn. The hymn is called He Honore. He honore, e kororia, maungaro ki te whenua, whakaro, pai e ki matangata katoa, ake Alright, now I'm going to translate everything that I've just said, just so everyone's on the same page. So my name is Marinui. I have the esteemed honor of coming to open up our night. And I like to call myself family, as do many of us, to our very amazing, wonderful lady here, Sonia, who has pieced together the reason why we are here. The biggest celebration of the night, and we can honestly say, Sonia, that we're not here without you. Some of us got the call about this morning, this afternoon, and we are still here. That is the power of Sonia. She says, can you be here? It means you be here. Come away. So we have formally opened, and we've got a bit of a wonderful item coming up for you, just to carry on the
the evening. Ka poe. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Fusion and about I Lead? Everyone put your hands together for Niah.
Hi everybody, so we started as a dance group called Fusion 2.0 and it was to prove to the wider community that disabled people can belong in disabled art spaces. Then later on in life, we started to realize that we couldn't be the only ones holding spaces on stage. So we created another platform called Leisure Production, where we introduce disabled people to go into the arts. And kind of to save the cost of going into an education and finding out that you don't like it. And so that's kind of what Leisure provides with younger people with disabilities. And we host it every, we're starting to host a new cohort this year. But we're specifically for South Auckland at the moment, and we're hoping that we can broaden our spaces in other areas in Auckland as well. So thank you for listening. And my performance is about is an awa dance. It's a traditional welcoming in a Samoan way. Of course, I don't have the proper people with me, but so this is just my way of showing. Hello, and I appreciate you for everyone that's here today. Thank you.
So who am I? I'll tell you a little bit of the story about who I am before I welcome up our first speaker. About 5 years ago, it was COVID times actually, I was invited to this coffee over across the road at Smells Farm with Sonia. After I'd come through and seen the premises with Annalise show me around, I was like, what is this amazing youth space that's like brand new and flash? For a bit of context, I'm from South Auckland and there are not so many flash and spiffy places out there that look like this. So coming in here and seeing this space was like mind-blowing and really exciting. So Sonia takes me across the road and she says to me, Josh, this has been a 20-year dream for me to be able to build a youth centre here in the North Shore. And I've worked with people, we've got funding, we've built this, we've had amazing funders, amazing friends who've come to the party to help build it. And now we need to build it with people. We've got the building, now we need the people. And so the person I get to help build that with Annalise and myself has to be the right person. And she looked at me, she had tears in her eyes, and she said, Josh, I think you're my person. Are you my person? And I looked back at her and I said, yes, I'm your person. So two of us were sitting across the road crying, and she offered me the job. And so over like a 2.5 year period, our team, Annalise, me and Sonia started it and built it and basically just invited anyone to come in and use the space to activate it, to bring it to life. I remember Joe being here, coming in for Hui. I remember reaching out to anybody who was in the community to come in. And then I had this meeting with Conan, who now works here. Obviously you all know Conan. And I was like, I worked with Conan at the YMCA at Raise Up, and I was like, you know what we need here? We need a Conan. We need someone here who's alive, who loves young people, who's amazing at music, who's great at community development and youth development. And so then I had this meeting with him. I was like, what would it take for you to come and work here at Shore Junction? And like, bro, we need this, this, and this. Anyway, I talked to Sonia and I was like, please, we need to get Conan here. He's like the most amazing youth worker. Anyway, I want to say in 2 weeks, we had like the money, the contract to get Conan here. And Conan has done more for Shore Junction than I could have ever done. And what he brings and the heart he has for young people, the way he loves so deeply, the way he's so passionate, the way he can just make things happen, he can build things, he can like write music, he can make people feel important and special. I think that it was the right choice, and more than the right choice, I think that you're just the most incredible person. It's so cool that what we started just with a coffee across the road is now turned into what we have here. So everyone, let's give Conan a big hand. Right up to the stage, Jason Alexander, who's somewhere, to come up and speak on behalf of Yes Disability Trust, the chairperson. Everyone, please welcome Jason to the stage.
Welcome everyone. Thank you, Mari, for opening our space tonight. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight. 2 huge milestones for us, for all of us. 20 years and 5 years. I guess together those years they tell a story of people who believed in inclusion, backed young people to thrive and worked hard to create opportunities, connections and belonging. I'm not going to acknowledge everyone, otherwise I have to go through every single person, but I do want to acknowledge Jackie, our patron, Rod Slater, our original chair, our past and present, and there's even a future board member, or a couple of them, in the room tonight. Our staff, we have wonderful staff. We always have our volunteers, partners and supporters, funders. It takes everyone to sort of get us through these years. And most importantly, I want to acknowledge our young people who have always been at the heart of Yes. For 20 years, Yes has moved past no to get to yes. We've backed disabled people to lead, created opportunities where others saw barriers, and worked to make sure young people are heard and included in decisions that affect them. Over these 20 years, there are many moments in our story that we could speak to that we're proud of. Paying off the house up in Albany was a huge milestone, and it gave us stability in unstable times, particularly over the last few years when things have been pretty tough, and we've seen a lot of similar orgs really battle I do want to thank all those that had that vision and who assisted with getting that over the line. I'll see you soon. Shore Junction, obviously, we're here tonight. It's just a crown and a jewel. I feel it's just one of our proudest achievements. 5 years on, it is a reminder of what can happen when people believe in a vision, work hard to bring it to life, and continue to back young people. To everyone that has invested in this vision over many years, thank you. Your support is reflected not just in the building, but in the confidence, connection, and opportunities created for young people every day. We've changed a bit over the 20 years, and in recent years, we sharpened our vision to focus on young people. It was a strategic decision born on the need that we saw in our communities, our strengths, and the strengths that we've built over many years. It helped us be clear about who we are, where we can have the greatest impact, and how we can support young people to lead change. Last but not least, I do want to acknowledge Sonia. We're blessed to have someone like her leadership, persistence, and unwavering belief in young people is humbling. Thank you, Sonia. Your contribution has been central to the story. 20 years of Yes and 5 years of Shore Junction are great achievements with a strong foundation, a clear focus, and young people leading the way. The future is exciting. So yeah, congratulations to everyone. Like I said, this achievement sort of belongs to everyone here. Everyone played a part. That's why you're here.
So everybody must know this guy. He's a legend. You might know him from lots of different stages, from around the world, from TV shows, from Les Mills, Victoria Park. That's where I know this guy from. But truly just a legend, uplifting, inspiring, such a great human. So please welcome to the stage, Calkoen.
You guys feel good? Yeah. How exciting is this? You think I don't know anyone in my audience. Which makes you really all scared. I also don't normally want my speeches, but I've got a boy now. He's 18 months, so I don't have all the time I used to have. And I really wanted, 20 years. And it's been longer than that in terms of how long I've been involved when I first met Sarah and a few people. So I really wanted to get the words just right. And it's great to be here on the North Shore. 5 years ago I moved to West Auckland. There's a lot of this, and it is here at the north, which is a lot of this Minnehaha, but a lot more Mighty Mungle Mop. But once the age of bourbon is gone, people realise that there's some pretty cool beaches and some nice views of the city, so it's a good place to be. And how exciting it is to be here. What an awesome space, and what an awesome opportunity to reflect on this time that we've all had, this adventure that started when I was invited along to the Rotary Club. And at that stage, I had no idea what a Rotary Club was. As a 20-year-old, I thought it was a car club. I got quite a shock. But I turned up there and I spoke my story, and at the end of my talk, a few people came up to me. Bill Grieve, who's no longer with us, but he would have been one of those people, and a few other people, and they came up and they said, Cam, we love your energy. And it's all about energy, what we put out into this world. They said, we're looking to build a disability resource centre up in Albany, but we've had a bit of a brick wall when it comes to Asian reforming the knowledge we need to build that facility. Would you be our ambassador? Now, I didn't know what an ambassador was, but it sounded cool. So I said yes. And I quickly discovered that I was to become the face to that campaign, which meant speaking with every Rotary Club, every community group, every funder until we got up money. And I still managed a pretty big responsibility. So I stay up to 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning working out how best I was going to tell my story. Because you tell a story, you touch a heart, you open a wallet. And through those talks and with an incredible team of Rotarians and Disability Resource Centre and people from the community that are passionate about change and justice and innovation, I learned so much. I learned how to write funding applications. We didn't have AI, it was more human intelligence. But AI would have made it way faster, way quicker. I remember going into the ASB Trust with Sarah Australia and Rod Slater, and I totally forgot what I was here to talk about. But something came, we connect the heart with the mind, and we ended up getting a standing ovation from the bank, and they gave us $1 million on the spot. So that was pretty awesome. And it was all about creating experiences. Creating experiences that brought people together. That brought people into this incredible journey, and eventually we brought Yes. And tonight we're celebrating 25 years of Yes, 5 years of Zero Junction, achieving awesomeness, bending perceptions, and filling the gap between hope and possibility. So once the doors up in Albany opened, I had a choice of going back to university, but I didn't really like university, or learning through doing. And through doing that, Yes absolutely provided the environment for me. It's where I got familiar with the quote that if you can dream it, you can achieve it. And from running mentoring programs to leadership programs to large-scale events, this place, Yes, gave me an opportunity to live out what was my youthfulness, my ambition, my sense of possibility. I was given opportunities that people my age then, of any ability, would only dream of. I built networks, and while some of the people would say that I was mature beyond my years, it was really the maturity of the people around me that inspired me to grow. And while some of those ideas that we came up with may not exist today, if we hadn't been given the opportunity to try, to experiment, to create, we wouldn't have made an impact in the lives of the people that we did at the time, and we certainly wouldn't be where we are today. So today I get to travel New Zealand and throughout the world, this side of the world right at the moment, we kind of need a war to stop. It's really getting in the way, isn't it? But I get to speak with these incredible organisations, and one of the most common parts of any group is helping to create environments where people feel safe to take bold steps. And most recently, to act with urgency. And acting with urgency isn't just about being fast or careless. Acting with urgency is about saying yes to the possibilities before we take time to think and look at the reasons why it can't be done. And I learned about this mindset from Yes, from Sonia, and man, we worked hard for it. Sonia and I often speak about how back in the day we'd be going out to Wellington, we'd be catching a jet-star flight at 5:30 or 6 a.m. We'd spend a day going in and out of meetings, and then we'd struggle in whatever takeaways we found and we'd get back in the plane, but it was all about building those relationships. And on one of those trips, Sonia in the plane, seeing me, 184 centimetres tall and trying to fit into the back row of the plane, not very comfortable, she said, "What do you really want to do?" And I said, "I'm going to be a speaker." And she said, "I think you could too." And so for the next 18 months, we leveraged that dream in terms of what a great opportunity, a charity, an organisation wanting publicity, wanting someone to speak. And for me, having that ability to speak and seeing a lot of your faces here tonight, I was able to build a pretty awesome network. A network that enabled me to do something that so many people would possibly perceive I wouldn't be able to do. A network that saw me create the impossible. But when you're in the right environment, surrounded by the right people, amazing things happen. So today isn't just about celebrating 20 years of that dream and 5 years here at Shore Junction. I can't really speak about Shore Junction, I'm too old to speak about that one. But it's a celebration of every life that has been touched.
I'm going to invite to the stage someone who I think is the most amazing young person. When they first came to Shore Junction, they were a part of Rainbow Youth and they were supporting a kaupapa with them. And now Ash is thriving, and I'm not sure what he's going to share about, but I don't want to take any of his thunder. But when I think of someone who's a world changer, someone who's grown so much thanks to Yes and thanks to Shore Junction, it's this person. So put your hands together for the amazing Ash Black.
Kia ora everybody. I don't know how these work too well. They only have like a little bit to them and I still get confused every time. So hopefully you can hear me. Hello. Thank you so much for coming to our birthday party today. So I'm going to share a little bit of my story with you, but before I do, I just wanted to bring a little bit of attention to, I can't really use a lectern, I can't really see those, so I'm going to be using my phone with me today as well. So I promise you, if you see me glancing at my phone, and you, trust me, you will notice because it won't be this, it'll be like right in front of my face. I'm not checking my texts, I've got my notes with me. So yes, that will be what I will be doing today. Okay, so about 4.5 years ago, I started my very first job right here at Shore Junction. And that was an amazing experience for me, getting into this space. Youth work was not where I expected to see myself going in the future. I had a very different career path in mind when I was younger, and stepping into this space was something entirely new to me. But it was amazing. I loved the work that I saw the staff doing. I loved the space and how alive it felt, and just the life that the youth had here. And so I felt a really big connection with the space. But I didn't yet know what exactly it was that was making me feel like I really had my connection to this space. I felt my draw here and I felt the power, but I was wondering, where do I fit into this story? What is it that makes me feel like this is my space? What's my why for being here? And there was a moment that happened quite early on into my journey that started to solidify that for me. So about 4 months into my time working here, my very best friend that I knew since primary school took his own life. And that was really hard for me. That was the first time that I had ever lost somebody really, really close to me. And I didn't know how to process that grief very well. And I had to do that all while getting used to my very first job and learning how to exist on my own and coming into my own. And so that was a really powerful and really challenging moment in my life. And so, navigating that space, still coming into work and interacting with the young people and wanting to still be that space for them to feel connected and feel a part of the space and feel like they were able to confide in me. I really wanted to find my space again and navigate my way through what I was feeling. And trust me, we didn't plan this at all, but I have a little bit of a story to tell that Josh already started telling earlier, so I promise we didn't plan that. That was just really good timing. There was a story that Josh said to me that resonated with me. And he told me about his story at that cafe with Sonia when they had first gotten him on as one of the very first staff members here at SJ. Tears all around. Josh was their person, and Sonia was sharing her dreams and her vision of what she saw for Shore Junction as a building, as a space, but also what the youth could get out of it. She had so many amazing ideas and this awesome future plan, and there was one specific line that still sticks out to me today, and that line is, "If we can save just one life, we've done our job." And that stuck with me. As I processed what that meant to me and what that meant for the space, I really started to take that on board. And I knew that there was nothing I could do to go back in time and change what happened to my friend and how he saw the world around him, how the world treated him. But maybe there was something that I could do, that this space was already doing for every single young person that walked through that door. And I thought that wouldn't that be just an amazing way to keep my friend's legacy going, and to uplift both myself and the young people that came into this space. And through the last 4 years of me working here at Shore Junction, I have seen that happen time and time again. Not just from myself and my own work that I've done here, but through every single staff member, old and new, in this room today and not in this room today, who have made amazing changes for every single young person that's stepped through this door, to make the world a little bit of a better place than when they last found it. And so, through my time here, there's so many different stories that I could tell you about moments that I really feel that I've had an impact to some of the young people here. There's been moments where I've had young people come to me crying because they have just felt so relieved finding clothing that affirmed them in our community wardrobe upstairs. There have been times where I've had young people come to me and thank me for helping them feel a little bit more confident in who they are, that they feel a little bit more able to live in their authenticity, and that they feel a little bit more able to keep moving forward and figure out who it is that they want to be in the future. And all of those moments have meant so much to me, and it's the young people that really keeps me going here. And to all of us, it's why we're all here, it's why everyone's in this room today. It's the future that we see for Shore Junction, for all of the young people, for the future of New Zealand as a whole. We see the future as something bright and amazing, and that's really what connects me to this space. So a little under 2 months ago now, I stepped away from Shore Junction as a staff member. I flew the nest, so to speak, and I'm now working full-time at Yes Disability, and exactly. And that's been such an amazing experience as well, to keep that legacy of my friend going, to keep the kaupapa of everybody that I've worked alongside going, and to continue to see the amazing mahi and the amazing work and the amazing lives that we get to work alongside. So if there's something that I want to leave with you guys today, it's that your name in lights and your face on TV doesn't have to be what you strive for to feel like you've made a difference. It can be uplifting a life, sharing some hard times with a friend, being there for somebody when they need it, showing up, and making life a little bit easier and a little bit better than when you last found it. Thank you.
Ash Black, everybody. From Shore Junction to Yes. so proud of him. When Ash first came in, he really was a new worker. He was learning things for the first time, learning how to communicate with people, to chat with people, even learning how to use a dishwasher. Like, there's so many firsts. And now to see the way he impacts our city, the rangatahi who come in here. He's on the Raymond Community Advisory Panel at Auckland City Council. Just so many amazing things that you do, Ash, and we're so lucky that we got to have you here at Shore Junction. To see you grow, to see you develop is such an honour, and I'm so proud of you. So please give him one more hand. It's Sonia Thursby who comes to mind. She's the CEO of VS and of Shore Junction, and she's the most amazing, loving community member. She is beautiful, hilarious, and so fun, and she is my person. So everyone, please put your hands together for the amazing Sonia Thursby.
Well, I did have notes, but to be honest, they're in my handbag somewhere. So, and to be really honest, I'm sharing the stage with Cam, with Ash. I feel like going, no, I'll just go home. But what I did, there's a few things I wanted to say, and I wanted to acknowledge the people in this room. We have local board members in the room. We have our local MP in the room. We also have our board in the room. Board members past, board members present. We have staff present and staff past. And of course we have Rotary, and that's where it all started, with Yes. So I often say I stand on the shoulders of giants, and today I share with you, I'm standing on a stage that my dad made. So many years ago, when my dad was here, slightly bored, was in New Zealand, and it's like, what am I going to do? And when my dad was bored, he was a bit like me, slightly dangerous. So I said to him, build me a stage. I need a stage and can't afford one. So this stage, this is just part of it. It's massive, but I didn't care. He was here for 6 weeks. Just keep building. So we have stage at Fab and stage here. So when I stand on this stage, I'm standing on the shoulders of my biggest giant, and that's my dad. So it's a huge privilege. Anyway, so what are we about here tonight? Well, you've heard the stories from the young people. I just can't add to them. I can think when I went to Yes, so 20 years ago, when Rotary decided to build the North Shore Life Centre, I really thought it was quite mad, because I was like, it's in the middle of nowhere. Well, it's not anymore. It's try and get a car park around there in the day. But I felt it was in the middle of nowhere. And why would disabled people go all that way to Albany? But over 20 years, there has been thousands and thousands, and some years that is 15,000 inquiries. And I just want to thank Sarah, because if Sarah hadn't had twins, I wouldn't be in this job, because she was an incredible CEO, and Rob was an incredible chair. And so when I took over from Sarah, I was like, oh. And Rob didn't sell it very well. I went and had a coffee with him in the beef and lamb office. He said, now, our CEO's left because you're expecting babies, yeah. We've got a debt, yeah. Lots of people have moved out because, they have to go home or they've downsized their offices. What do you think? And I'm like, selling as well. But what Rob did say to me was, I give you my word, I will not leave until the debt is paid off and the place is safe. And I just had faith in that man that no matter how hard it got, he'd walk beside me. He was not going to let go. And so together, Rod, Sue, Gary, there were so many of the Rotarians, we started to look at different ways that we could raise the funds. And I remember the first day I walked into Yes, and I looked up and I went, God, I hope you've got this, because I haven't. I've never run a building. I run a small community organisation. But what I do know is how to ask for help. I know how to say to people, I don't know this, would you mind helping? So I pulled together a group of giants. So he's here, Gary Monk, Hugh Steedman, I'm missing someone, a couple of others. And I was really generous. I said, if I feed you a Thai takeaway from over the road, would you give me 2 hours of your time? So I fed them Thai takeaway. It's good Thai takeaway, to be fair. I fed them Thai takeaway and I showed them the picture. And then I shut up and took notes. And together, they looked at everything. They gave me all of their years of expertise, queuing rented properties, in so many charities and real estate, Gary in business. And they just started to come up with a plan. And all I had to do, to be honest, it was like paint by numbers. I just had to paint within the lines. So the accolades I get, I'm like, I just had to paint within the lines. But the biggest lesson, the funniest day, was, well, we need to go to the bank. The giants are saying, we need to go to the bank. And we need to tell them that we want we don't want this loan, we don't want this mortgage, we don't want all of this, we want a $1.2 million mortgage. And I'm like, So we went into the bank, there was Gary, there was Rod, and there was Hugh. And this is a lesson in negotiation. And it went like this. We want I'm at Two Rich Bank. We want $1.2 million on a mortgage. And this guy went around, he came back and he said, I'm going to do 1.1. And Rod just went, well, that's a deal breaker, there's a bank next door. And then we got the 1.2. And from that point, I was like, okay, I'm in a different league here. So that's how we paid off the debt. We paid off the debt bit by bit with a huge generosity from different people who could see, if we pay off the debt, we can really make, yes, the place it should be. We can do community rents. We can, when some small organisations don't have any money, we can give them a rent holiday. And that's what it's done. We closed the shop because why would we try and do a shop when we have independent living who are amazing at it? And I was like, I'm all about young people. And then we started our journey with young people. And what makes the difference is there's many organisations that work with young disabled people. They work with deaf, they work with autistic, they work with blind. We work with anyone. If you're aged between 16 and 13 and like me, just hang around and come up with the alumni word, we will work with you. I'll walk alongside you. So there are now thousands. There are about 500 members throughout New Zealand that are members of our league. I can't tell you what they do because it changes all the time. We employ young people with disabilities from Dunedin to Blenheim and the rest of the country. Can't tell you what they do because they're young people. Do today, I'll do it tomorrow. And 80% of our staff have a disability. And I'm super proud of that. Some of our young people work 5 hours a week. That works for them. Some 10, some 13. So are we changing the dial? I believe we are. I really believe we are. And then Shore Junction. Why Shore Junction? Because the young people in New Zealand deserve it. Because I can sit there and see, why is it that we think it's okay that we have one of the highest youth suicide rates, that we have one of the highest teen pregnancy rates? All these stats, and they keep doing what they're always doing. And yet all we hear from young people is, I want to belong. I want a sense of belonging. And so that was when I have to say Rod Slater did step back. When I said, let's raise some money, about 3 or 4 million, and do this. Anyway, I've done my bit. And up stepped Sue Stanley and Gary Monk, and the mantle was passed to more giants. And we started our journey of raising the money for here. Well, it was tough. And we had lots of no's, but every no's, the next one could be a yes. And there's people in this room that have made Shore Junction possible. There's people in this room that donate every month that pays our youth workers' salaries. The numbers are in the book you can take away. 7,250 something young people have been members of Shore Junction. They are young people with or without disabilities. They are just young people who we love and value. So I'm incredibly lucky to have this job. I mean, thanks twins. I'm incredibly lucky. Sarah, your shoes were big to fill. They really were. And the platform that you and Rod set was just amazing. So I thank you, and I just want to acknowledge you guys as there's a lot of acknowledgements for me, but you guys started it. You guys gave the culture. You gave it heart. I just put some bricks on there. So tonight is about our legacy as well. So as one of the things as I reach my milestone birthday next year, is for me is sustainability. I have and so many others have worked so hard to get what we've got for the community, for the young people. For me, it's looking at sustainability. I wouldn't claim Sonia, by the way, whoever said that, Josh, that's an excellent idea. Just to ask my board chairs, right? You don't want to claim Sonia, no. But we are looking. I am looking for the people that can take over. And I'm also looking for the people that can continue to fund, and Shore Junction as our legacy. So tonight, part of what I'm doing in my sustainability is launching a legacy fund. And just sharing that, we haven't got it yet, but launching a legacy fund and just sharing that if you have been involved, if you want to see the legacy go, if you know people who want to see the legacy grow, you've got forms in the back of your brochures and out front. And think about, as hospice say, what do you want to leave behind? What I want to leave behind is I want to leave behind a place that values young people. I want to make sure that this legacy continues. It's not just this generation, it's generations to come. So tonight, my wish is together we sustain Shore Junction, we sustain and long after I'm gone, and when your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren are around, this will be theirs. It might be different, it might be pulled down in a high-rise building, but it will be theirs. So, from the bottom of my heart, I thank all of you, every one of you. I can't even name you all, because there's too many. My pride in the young people is next level. Jaden, I'm looking at this, has used that was the North Shore Life Centre, since he was 2 years old. Just a few hours ago, he was on the plane on the way back from Hawaii, that I sent him to Hawaii, because like Karen, one of his goals is to be a speaker. To speak about to speak about I Lead at the Pacific Rim Conference in Hawaii. And I know he smashed it. And you made that possible, because without you, I wouldn't have the funding, I wouldn't be able to make these dreams come true. So that's really all I want to say is, I did have tears with Josh. I did ask him if he was my person. He was my person. Annalise has been my person for 17 years. So she doesn't like anybody making a fuss. She sits in the background. I get all the glory. And really, honestly, this is all Annalise. I dropped in her at 5:30 tonight. So it's a team. We are in this room a team. We are a village. And I just want to say thank you so much. Please stay with us. Please let the next generation have Shore Junction. Yes. Thank you.
Uplift the day. Baby, listen when I say, when I wake up in the morning, everyone is smiling. Come on, enjoy the day with me. Be strong and be free.
I'm rising up, got also to the casket drops when my life kicked off. We're taking cups, never strain my success, cause a brother always knows his best. Life living, stay chilling, got the boys in the booth holla drilling. Got my crew up, and out the strife I pick the rhymes out and pick the fights.
I'm rising up, this is me. Power within, dancing free. Facing new day, my way. Moving on up, moving on up.
I know life is hard, dreams are far. You can go get it. The pressure may be a mission if you keep wishing. I'm from Auckland, where things happen often. Drink some concrete to harden up. Don't ever stop on giving up, and keep that faith with you always.
I can't stand till they let anyone stop your grinding, so keep pushing on. Stay strong through the tough times. After every dark night, there's a brighter day. Ay, for my dog, I'll stay perfecta. And for my also for my losses, stay strong. Ain't no time to be sad, put a smile up on your face and just say, let's go, don't give up. We ain't got time to waste, better days are coming, just gotta be strong. I believe in you, so keep pushing on. We gon' make it to the other side, let's go.
I'm rising up, this is me. Power within, dancing free. Facing new day, my way. Moving on up, moving on up.
Tassi, Soul, Lua, Soul,
Let's go!
Tolu, Soul, ah. Move your body, move your body, move your body. Left, right, up and down and sway, and sway. Move your body, move your body. Move it to the left, shake it to the right. Sumai, and see for my.
I'm rising up, this is me. Power within, dancing free. Facing new day, my way. Moving on up, moving on up. I'm rising up, this is me. Power within, dancing free. Facing new